Scorpion Racing coming back at you with an early week update. We left off, I think, putting the headers on, or at least this right hand side. As you can see, we've been busy cutting headers and welding the exhaust back together. But the end result is a lot of space in between the headers and the steering column now. So we got that done, and I decided to paint them aluminum high heat header paint. So I think that looks a lot better than the black. And we got our transmission cooler back in, hopefully for the last time. Hopefully. So what we're gonna work on today is I was gonna set this valve lash, and come to find out we got a bad rocker. No matter how tight you would tighten it, just will get tight. So we have to replace the rocker. I got a bunch of them, a lot of 302 parts back and back. And once we put the rocker back on, I think we're gonna do a compression test on this motor. And I tried to fire it up, and it was backfiring. So I'm thinking my valve lash was off, and my timing might have been a little bit advanced. But we're gonna do a compression check, see what we're sitting at on all cylinders, and then we're gonna, I don't know, we might put some gas in the carburetor and see if it'll fire off again. I was using the starter fluid, might not be a good idea. Anyway, so what we've been doing, we painted our headers, we clearanced our steering column like a lot. That's ridiculous compared to how it was. But that's how we do it at Scorpion Racing. Overkill. Because I don't want to have to do it more than once. We got them painted. We're putting the new rocker arm in. We had a bad one. And transmission coolers in. Hopefully for good. Our water pump and all that's working. So we don't need to take that apart again. We got fire to the car. Double check that. I had a loose wire in my ignition system. Imagine that, huh? But it's all put back together. So we got fire. To check for compression, and I'll put some fuel in here and see what she'll do. I probably post the results of the compression test if they're good, but if it's like 0, 0, 3 ain't. I'm not gonna post it. I'm just gonna try to figure out what the problem is. So it's Monday. I'm off work today. So if I could get it cranking today, I consider myself successful. Caught up. Oh, I almost forgot. The biggest problem we ran into over the last couple of days was actually, well, yeah, it was the heaviest. The second biggest problem we ran into was we had a serious power management issue, which I don't really say it's an issue because it's my fault. Um, I had took the battery out of my car, well, old battery out of my car, and it's the Cavalier 550 peak cold amp battery, I think. Like something like 600 amps peak battery. And the battery, my setup is in the back of the car. It didn't dawn on me that running the power cable, see, here it is. You can't see the thing. But basically, I wasn't getting enough juice to start. So, I debated on running a 2 battery system in this car. Anyway, I decided to finally do it. And I set up the dual battery system. Trying to find a flashlight, y'all, so y'all can see that. Where is my flashlight? One of these days, I'm gonna get a shot. Like $15,000. Wow, man. I guess after I get the car built, I won't need it. But this is what I had. That 685 cranking amp, 550 cold. So we got our power line running from the back of the car all the way out to the front of the car. And by the time it reaches the starter, and I'll tell you how many amps it is. So the car was under voltage, amperage. So I installed this battery to help out. This is 1,000 cranking amps, 810 cold. So now we got a dual battery system, which I wanted to do anyway, but I just hadn't. But it's gonna make it a lot easier to crank car, especially since I won't be running the alternator. So we did that. I guess Friday. Was it Friday? I'm confused. Maybe Saturday. So that was our second biggest problem was power. But we got that taken care of, and we got our handy maintainer to keep the battery charged, which I'm probably gonna replace these batteries with. Yeah, y'all. I know they ever start, but I mean, this is just for now. I'm gonna replace those batteries probably with some dry cell batteries, or maybe a 16-volt system. But it'll work for now. So that was the second biggest issue. Our first one was our headers, which as you can see, that is taken care of with more room. I can put my hands in them. It's great. I love it. So now we're going to get this rocker arm put back on. We're going to probably do a quick compression test. And if that turns out good, we're going to try to fire up. And that will be successful to me. Take the rest of the day off if that happens. Oh, I can't wait to get my zoomies.